He's not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him.
After injuring Floyd Mayweather, Gervonta Davis has finally broken his silence. He commented on the state of his former mentor and claimed he would have loved it worse. The World Boxing Association champion, Gervonta Davis, didn't hide his emotions when talking about what happened between him and Floyd Mayweather a few days ago. Well, to those who have been following his feud with the boxing legend, he's always claimed he desired to defeat the boxing legend so much, and when the opportunity presented itself at the airport, Gervonta Davis didn't restrain himself.
Because he can do some crazy stuff.
And now he said, he deserves worse. He's ruined many lives. I wanted to damage his mouth so badly. Damn Floyd. Gervonta Davis and his former mentor Floyd Mayweather began a narrative of hatred and animosity, and the pair aren't ready to end the narrative. Rather, things keep getting worse.
He'll put you in bad situations.
Well, this is how the pair got to meet themselves this time. As you know, Gervonta Davis has been outside the United States ever since the beginning of the Olympics to support Team USA. Sadly, their performance wasn't as smooth and victorious as that of the undefeated boxer who assisted them in preparing. Well, the Paris Olympics are over and Gervonta Davis was returning alongside some members of the team he went to support. Right there, Floyd Mayweather was at the airport for some reasons best known to him.
He's not gonna hurt me, you know what I mean? So
as they moved towards themselves, Floyd Mayweather tried exchanging pleasantries and wanted to let bygones be bygones. Floyd was keen on leaving whatever happened on social media to social media.
I'm not headed to play. I just want to get it fixed out.
But Gervonta Davis had other plans in mind. He furiously moved towards Floyd and hit him with a devastating blow to the head that landed him in a hospital. Talking about it, Gervonta Davis said,
"Just a number. It makes it look like it.
We've still got one more to go. And I don't mind returning to the prison. I'll do anything to make you pay for it. You idiot. Unbelievable, you think?"
I don't really think too much of it.
Well, maybe not so unbelievable because Gervonta Davis had made this promise as early as 3 months ago when their feud got rekindled. According to Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather was the one to revive the feud after making a video to diss him indirectly.
Tell Floyd to get on live. Tell him show where he at.
Gervonta Davis claimed he had no reason to beef Floyd if Floyd wasn't the first to throw shades, but we can all agree that throwing a punch at his former mentor may be well overboard.
Yo, them people over in Dubai that money. Tell them to get on live right now.
Some months back, Mayweather critiqued modern fighters' preoccupation with superficial aspects of fame and wealth, which Davis perceived as a veiled attack directed at him.
And he owed people in Saudi Arabia money too. Out here scamming.
Floyd Mayweather called them out for not taking the craft seriously and instead focusing on their appearance in the ring. Pretty boy Floyd then used his career as a point of comparison. The athlete argued that they're only looking at the finished product of who he is as inspiration, not the work he put in to get there.
Hey, so many sacrifices. Y'all looking at the end. Y'all looking at the end results. Y'all not looking at the shit.
A lot of times what these fighters are looking at, they're looking at Floyd with the cars, they're looking at Floyd being flashy, Mayweather expressed. Man, listen, I made so many sacrifices. Y'all are looking at the end results, and when I was champion having hundreds of millions in the bank, I still was on my grind in that gym.
Where y'all gonna look at the interview and Zab gonna tell y'all.
Y'all are worried about your outfits, how your boots look, worried about the wrong things. A lot of you fighters are living check to check.
You know, with me being champion, with me already having.
In retaliation, Davis lambasted Mayweather on social media, alleging financial improprieties and labeling him a hater. Guy says all this trash, but he's in Dubai and can't leave because he's been taking people's money and not doing what they paid him to do. Guy's a freaking hater, Davis posted. Floyd then shot back on Friday, April 26th, the very next day after his initial. The acclaimed boxer posted several videos alleging that the boxer had a little sugar in his tank. The videos found Gervonta dancing on TikTok and Instagram to Lil Uzi Vert's I Just Wanna Rock and Drake's Thank Me Now. However, it became messier on the next day when Davis issued a threat to physically confront his former mentor, indicating a desire to knock Floyd Mayweather out upon their next encounter. This contention stems from Davis's frustrations, notably referencing a prior jail sentence he faced due to a hit-and-run incident in 2020. Things actually took a turn for the worse after Davis threatened to knock out his former mentor. Now, I go around and knock Floyd out when I see him, and I'll care about going back to jail, Davis wrote on X in reference to the 90-day jail sentence he received after violating the terms of his home detention for a hit-and-run crash in November 2020. He's such a fool. He doesn't allow his security to carry guns. This public spat reflects the intensity of the ongoing rift between Mayweather and Davis, manifesting in a series of confrontational exchanges across various online platforms.
My record in life is undefeated.
Listen, huh? You said what? You said in life.
My record in life is undefeated.
While Floyd Mayweather returned from Dubai a few weeks later, there's every possibility that the boxing legend is actually in some debt, regardless of how much he flaunts, as different fingers are pointing at him over and over again, and most of the time they can't all be wrong. Most likely Floyd Mayweather is the wrong one, as he may really not be worth as much as he shows himself to be worth, and to boost his financial powers, the boxing legend is set to contest in an exhibition fight later this year.
In his career, he was taking a lot of chances as well. So, it just depends on which Floyd Mayweather you talk about.
At some point, Gervonta Davis had expressed his willingness to deal with Floyd Mayweather in the ring, including his name among his contemporaries. Speaking to Davis, Najee from Cigar Talk broached the feud with Mayweather, which prompted a profound response from the Baltimore native.
And I'm doing it at a young age.
A lot of people don't know what Floyd does. He was going at me and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went to him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd, said Davis, referring to Mayweather's initial comment that he thought was directed at him. When Najee pointed out that over the years, Davis and Floyd's dynamic seemed like a love-hate relationship, Davis completely denied it while claiming he had surpassed Floyd's legacy.
Floyd was 29. You'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about?
I'm about at that point where I have passed him and I am doing it at a young age, said Tank. However, Davis wasn't done proving his point as he elaborated, revealing a new deal he had signed. According to several reports, Mayweather's deal with Showtime in 2013 was worth $200 million.
That I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's
a part of it.
That deal I'm talking about. He doesn't know about that yet. That's bigger than his deal, said the lightweight champion. However, Davis did not reveal the amount of the mega deal he signed with PBC. On the other hand, Floyd Mayweather bought his way out of Top Rank by paying them $750K to end the contract and went on to promote his own fights, raking in millions over the years. But from the look of things, it's seeming like this week is a week for boxers to cause damage outside the ring, as Devin Haney was also found in a similar situation earlier. Champion boxer Devin Haney was among a group of men caught attacking someone at the Orange County Fair in a social media that has since gone viral. The cause of the altercation remains unclear, as does the identity of the other parties involved. The 27-second clip shows Haney and a group of men crowded around another civilian alongside one of the fair attractions. Haney appears to get the violence started by throwing a sucker punch before the boxer's friends step in and continue the pummeling. The other man squares up and does his best to stay on his feet before police sirens are heard off camera, prompting Haney and his group to flee. The scene unfolded quickly, and as police sirens began to wail in the distance, Haney and his group scattered. Orange County authorities responded to the incident, interviewing the alleged victim, but no arrests were made as all others involved had fled. The video, which quickly went viral on social media, has drawn mixed reactions. Among them, that of controversial boxer Ryan Garcia, who knocked out Haney a few months ago, but tested positive for drug use and was suspended for a year after the result. As the former undisputed lightweight champion, Devin Haney moved up to the 140-pound division in December 2023, beating Regis Prograis for the WBC super lightweight title. 4 months later, Haney would lose his following fight to Ryan Garcia, but keep his belt due to King Rai missing weight for the intended title bout.
I was more surprised than hurt. The first time I wasn't really that hurt. I was more surprised.
However, just a month later, the result would be overturned to a no contest with Garcia testing positive for Osterine. Haney then requested champion in recess status, effectively removing himself as the champion. The World Boxing Council granted Haney's wish and promoted Alberto Puello to full champion.
Like I said, he went in there, he jumped on me, just like he knew he would.
Many assume that Haney is waiting out Garcia's year-long suspension to arrange a lucrative rematch, but his current plans are unknown. With the official no contest ruling, Haney is still considered undefeated at 31-0.
But I was just sleeping. I would love to.
As for Gervonta Davis, it's after Vasily Lomachenko canceled on him. It's been said that he would take on Shakur Stevenson instead, although there are several conditions that must be met before we witness the pair come together in the ring.
I stopped 2 weeks ago. I just stopped going back.
The fight between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson pits two world champions with extremely different approaches to boxing against each other. It is, without doubt, one of the highest level fights to be made in the sport.
They grown men. They know if they want to fight or not.
Tank Davis has knocked out all but two men who stepped through the ropes with him, often giving away rounds early in order to close the distance and unleash when the time comes.
You know what I mean? All that back and forth bullshit.
Stevenson does not give away rounds. In fact, he makes it his business to win comfortably without taking much back at all. According to CompuBox, opponents land on him on average just 3 times per round.
I ain't with that shit. It is what it is, you know?
Davis holds the World Boxing Association lightweight world title and Stevenson the World Boxing Council, so the fact that it's a unification makes it all the more intriguing. When the latter split from Top Rank after a long promotional deal, fans thought there would be no obstacles in the way of making the bout happen.
Just know it wasn't us.
While Stevenson hasn't announced his next business move, he has been pictured with Riyadh Season's Turki Al-Sheikh, who is fast becoming the most influential man in the sport, and will likely end up on his next event, perhaps through Eddie Hearn's Matchroom.
I mean, listen, like I tell people before, as fighters, those two, going at it, throwing, they want to.
However, in an interview with Mill City Boxing, Tank's co-trainer Kenny Ellis said linking up with the man from Saudi Arabia makes the fight less likely. For Shakur, Turki Al-Sheikh is more like protective custody because Shakur doesn't need him to make that fight, and if he does go with him, he is not going to fight Tank. So it's like PBC for real, My opinion.
Not saying you was talking about me, Zap. I don't make up no stories.
Asked for the details as to why the fight wouldn't happen, especially given Al-Sheikh expressing that he is keen to work with Tank, Ellis wouldn't elaborate. I don't want to go all into it. That's just a way out, man. I wish Shakur the best with his next move. If he should fight Tank next year or this year, whenever they fight, I hope he's still undefeated. Keep the value of the fight. I believe we would still fight him if he loses, but is it still the same?
But I just put Dula Mason in second. I bumped him down to third on my list.
Now that's very big. Congratulations.
But Shakur's still right there.
Stevenson is expected to return later this year, with former super featherweight world champion Joe Cordina now the frontrunner to take the opposite corner. Davis's next dance partner is unknown, but he could be back in the ring in November. As for Floyd Mayweather, it remains to be seen if the damage done to him by Gervonta Davis would not stand in his way, as he plans to step into the ring this weekend against John Gotti III.
So, it just depends on which Floyd Mayweather you talk about.
Just recently, Floyd Mayweather had a press conference as well. Ahead of his exhibition fight against John Gotti III, Floyd Mayweather and John Gotti III kept things respectful this time around. Mayweather and Gotti face off in an exhibition boxing on August 24th in Mexico City. It's a rematch of a 2023 exhibition bout between the two that descended into chaos when referee Kenny Bayless halted the fight due to excessive trash talk between the two, causing a near brawl in the ring afterward.
And the love of boxing in Mexico is truly unbelievable.
Now the two are set to run things back. At a press event in New York City on Thursday, both men remained chill before engaging in their first face-off for the rematch.
It's always great to be able to fight where there's a lot of fight fans. And we know that Mexico
has a history of boxing.
Gotti is the 31-year-old grandson of infamous mob boss John Gotti, but made a name for himself as an MMA fighter before transitioning into boxing, where he is currently 2-0 as a professional. The 47-year-old Mayweather is widely considered to be one of the best boxers of his generation and an all-time great. Sporting a perfect 50-0 professional record, Mayweather retired from boxing in 2017, but has since engaged in a number of exhibition bouts like this one, including matchups with Logan Paul and Aaron Chalmers.
To go take a vacation in Mexico, but never having a chance to go to Mexico and actually fight.
The first bout between the two, which happened on June 14th, 2023, was an exhibition boxing match held at the FLA Live Arena in Sunrise, Florida. It ended in a controversial way, with the fight being stopped in the 6th round. The stoppage led to a post-fight melee that overshadowed the bout itself.
It was fate, and I think this time is fate. You know, we wasn't supposed to have this fight again. One thing led to another, and
Mayweather, the legendary undefeated boxer, and Gotti III, the grandson of the notorious mob boss John Gotti, and a professional boxer and MMA fighter himself, were expected to draw significant attention due to their high profiles. However, the chaotic end to their first encounter, including a brawl involving members of both camps, led to the fight's controversial conclusion. Before the contest began, there was a loud Gotti chant from the crowd.
Why not? I get a second chance to one of the greatest fighters to ever lace up boxing gloves, you know, so.
A big delay before the start of the first round because there was a mob of people in Mayweather's corner that security and others had to clear out. Once the first round started, Mayweather was toying with Gotti and began to unload with punches from the start. Gotti was pinned against the ropes and covering up, and not throwing much of anything in return.
I know he was going to put on a show.
It was a complete mismatch, with Mayweather landing whatever he wanted from all angles. Mayweather was dancing, trash talking, and having fun in the ring.
On a show, and he going to perform tonight. It's going to be, you might see it. Work out. Stop.
In the second, Mayweather was picking his spots with punches to the head and body. Gotti actually threw a few shots, but they were too slow and hit air. The third round saw Mayweather come out in a shell and dared Gotti to bring the fight to him. Gotti refused to take the bait.
Oh, he does. Upstairs, downstairs, back upstairs. Redness on the face of Gotti in the second round. He used to be pretty boy. He's the money man now.
He tried to throw more punches, but not much landed. Mayweather continued to tag his body with hooks and then came back upstairs. Gotti was too slow with his punches to connect in the fourth. Mayweather pinned him against the ropes and began to unload with shots to the head and body.
So pretty though.
And Gotti in, who didn't fall for it. Work out.
Gotti tried trash talking and got popped in the face for his trouble. In the fifth, there wasn't much of anything from either guy, as Mayweather was taking his time and picking his shots. Before the start of the sixth, referee Kenny Bayless warned both men for their continued trash talking and antics in the ring, and warned that he would stop the fight if they continued to ignore him.
Chop it again. Keep your hands up.
Bayless had warned them several times for their trading of obscenities during the bout. Once the round began, they continued to trash talk and use rough tactics, so Bayless had finally seen enough and waved off the fight. Once the fight was waved off, Gotti lost it and went after Mayweather, and they began to brawl. Both camps stormed the ring, punches were thrown by both sides, and there was an ugly mob scene that lasted for some time as the entire ring was filled with bodies.
No. Yeah, they roughhousing now. They roughhousing. That's it. Oh, they can't stop. That's it.
Even after Gotti and Mayweather were escorted out of the ring, fights erupted inside the ring between both camps, and the craziness continued outside of the ring. A member of Mayweather's team got on the mic and pleaded with those in attendance to safely leave the venue without further violence. Despite retiring from the sport in 2017, Mayweather has returned time and again to the ring, and his fans have generally supported him in these exhibition fights. And he's set to return once more, as he takes on John Gotti III in an exhibition rematch. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.